In this short video, I will illustrate the differences between setting the core loss and setting the eddy effect, in which simulation you need to set core loss to extract the loss in laminations, and what is the eddy effect setting here, setting the eddy effects, and where can you find the results for each of these losses. The first point that I want to mention is when you are using electrical steel lamination with the material like M19, even if you set the bulk conductivity more than 0 and assume this material as a conductor, without setting the eddy effect in the excitation setting here, without setting this eddy effect, the eddy current inside that geometry will not be calculated. Now let's see if we have to set this eddy effect or not. The first rule is when you're using lamination in the stator, in the rotor, or any part of the electrical devices, if you use electrical lamination, you do not need to set this eddy effect because we are creating these parts from laminations that are isolated to each other to eliminate the eddy current inside them. But to measure the core loss inside them, you have to right click, come here to assign excitation, and choose set core loss. In the set core loss, you will see all the parts, and in front of the parts that has their own definition of the material for core loss, you will see a checkbox. To calculate the core loss on these parts, you have to check the core loss setting. Here for the stator, we have it defined in material, so I will check this box in front of the stator, and of course the material for the rotor has the same setting. So if I click on OK, in the next simulation the core loss will be calculated. The results of core loss can be measured in transient report, rectangular plot. In the loss setting, you will see the core loss and its elements like core loss in rotor, core loss in a stator, the part of eddy current loss inside the rotor, eddy current loss inside the rotor and the stator. These losses can be calculated due to the setting of the material. If you go to the edit material to see the properties, you will see definition of core loss coefficients, the coefficients of electrical steel loss can be defined here. Now let's see where should we select the eddy current, set this eddy effect inside the conductors. Again, I have to mention you must not select the eddy effect inside the parts that are created from laminations. But if you have a solid rotor or solid stator, in some motors you may use solid stator without any lamination. There you have to select this set eddy effect checkbox. When you have induction heating, you have to set eddy effect inside the parts that will see the alternative field. If you want to measure the skin effect on non-stranded windings, the solid windings, you can set eddy effect on those conductors. So you must just set the eddy effect on the solid parts that are not created from laminations, and you want to calculate the loss happens because of the eddy current inside those parts. To see the result of this loss, you have to create transient report, go to the loss, and you will see the total loss on solid loss option. I hope this video helps you to clarify the differences between eddy current, setting the eddy current, and setting the core loss.